Hello there, Pepper Hernandez from drpepperhernandez.com, coming to you to share a little information that we have gathered that we're sharing here with some of our students at the Cannabis Holistic Institute here in Northern California in Humboldt County. But you can join anytime, no matter where you're at, from wherever you are. So let's talk a little bit about cannabinoids. Now, the cannabis plant has a range of cannabinoids that we are finding more and more of pretty much daily. And there'll be more coming out. But up to date, we have a handful that I've made videos on, and you can go and watch those. Those are little quick snippets of like anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes on each cannabinoid. We'll be also making a few videos on the different terpenes as well as they are coming out. As we are finding new information about them, they will also be posted here. Now, no, this is just a snippet because our actual institute has hours of information and education on each one of these. So it's really hard to condense it all down in a few minutes, but I'm going to do my best. So let's look overall, recognizing that, let's just get to the same place, right, is recognizing that cannabis itself has the powerful ability to really come into the body, work with its own endocannabinoid system, which in the 90s we found out there was an endocannabinoid system, and really came in creating balance, which is what we call homeostasis, right? When that happens, the body can heal itself in a really amazing way. It can do what it needs to do. So I've always said, as a holistic health practitioner and naturopath, that it's not about focusing on the dis-ease or the dis-ailment, right? Because every single human body, we all have parasites, we all have viruses, we all have bacteria within our body. That just happens. But how strong is our immune system? If our immune system is top notch and you're keeping your immune system top notch and you're doing more things like probiotics and colloidal silver and thieves oil and stuff in that genre versus antibiotics and sugar and all the stuff that just wipes out your immune system, then you're going to be a healthier, happier person. So we need to focus on boosting the immune system 100% across the board. We want to focus on more alkaline versus acidic, and we want to focus on creating homeostasis in the body. How can we do that? By using cannabis. Now, it's not just any type of cannabis, it's the right cannabis for your particular ailment, discomfort, or dis-ease. I like to look at body systems and then recognize, okay, this particular body system is out of whack because you have your body is showing multiple signs that it's off. For example, nervous system. Someone who, like myself, I'll just take myself as an example. PTSD, nervous system, panic attacks, anxiety, seizures, epilepsy, all those kind of things are in my kind of tool bag, if you will, of illnesses that my body says, hey, you're out of alignment here. So what I do is I say, okay, all of those things are nervous system issues. I'm not going to treat each one of them with a different synthetic drug or a different even homeopathic drug. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the body and say, okay, that's an overall nervous system issue. What kind of things can I do to focus on healing and protecting and repairing my nervous system? Makes sense, right? So let's go through now. If you, after this video, or maybe you've watched the videos prior, you know all the cannabinoids and what they're all good for. Again, I specify this in every single video. It's really about getting your cannabis in whole flower. It's not about isolates. It's not about junk cannabis. It's about good, homegrown, organic, seed to flower, seed to soul. Basically, it's about keeping that whole entire line clean and clear and positive and focused. I mean, it's just like going to the farmer's market. You want to know your farmer and you want the best produce if it's available for you. Now, if it's not, and you live, for example, like in a a junk food, what do they call them? Raw food deserts, meaning that there's no fresh fruit within miles of you, which is not the case here in Humboldt County, because we have, I think, 5 what they consider health food stores, which here is just regular grocery stores, but like super high danky dank, like high end food stores. There's like 5 of them within like 10 miles. So we're super abundant. So this is things I can talk about coming from this area, right? But wherever you are in your life and in your situation, in your environment, just do the best that you possibly can. If you have the option to have whole flower, organic, super yummy, super heady cannabis, that's the direction that you want to go. And then again, on top of that, find cannabis that is boutiquely strained or hybrid strained for your particular ailment. That's how you're going to win. That's a win-win. We need to find out what's going on, which body system it is, and then match it with the correct type of organic, healthy cannabis in the right delivery method that has the particular terpenes that match what you actually need, as well as the cannabinoids. So it's a big piece, but we're getting these pieces little by little. Let's talk about the nervous system. The nervous system, in order to get something for the nervous system, you truly need a cannabis that's high in the CBN. Now, we talked about the CBN, so you're very familiar with that. CBD, you need something that's a CBD-rich flower, okay? A strain that has CBD and CBN would be wonderful. So a CBD and a THCV, those two really help with reducing seizures and convulsions. If you've watched some of the other videos, I swear by the ACDC. I know people in Colorado who swear by the Charlotte's Web for seizures. There's just different ones out there that are very much tuned in. I think Harlequin's one. There's some really great ones. You just have to find the right fingerprint, the cannabis fingerprint that has the right terpenes in it for your particular body, plus your body system, right? And so CBDs, THC, CBN, if you're looking for something to really work with your body system that is a nervous system issue, that's the direction that you're going to look at. Get a combination of those and then cross-referencing them, the cannabinoids, with the terpenes, figuring out which terpenes that you like best, and then finding the strain that fits all of those, right? I mean, it's pretty fun. Digestive system, to have an appetite suppressant, THCV, actually suppresses the appetite. If you want to stimulate the appetite, those for who are not being able to keep weight on or chronic illness, THC is great for that. But then again, you also want to look at the cannabis fingerprint of that. You don't want to just grab any kind of THC, right? You want to make sure that you're getting the right dosage, which if it's a digestive system issue, you could do an edible, right? But a clean, organic, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, like that stuff's, just do the medicine. But also on the THC end, do you want one that is more, that has the cannabis fingerprint that would, look more like a sativa or look more like an indica? And I know those kind of terms are kind of a little bit outdated now because there's so much hybridization that it's really about which of those terpenes are you wanting, right? Do you want a little bit more of an up feeling high? You want more of a non-psychoactive? You want more, which THC is going to be psychoactive, or do you want a little bit more of a mellow body high? Like, what is it that you're wanting? So it's about a combination of all this, and it's about education. You have to be educated to know what you're doing and what you're choosing. Skeletal muscular. Now, CBD, of course, CBG, CBN, THC, those are all really great for bone growth, spasms, and inflammation, right? Topical. Now, some people would say that, they're having all full body muscular issues. If that is the case, then magnesium, definitely a CBD, because that also helps convulsions and it's an anxiety reliever. So that nervous system, if it's muscles, it's tension, right? So it's nervous system. So you're going to want something like that, but also a topical. Find a good topical that you want that has the strain of cannabis that's combination of these. Now remember, I think it's the CBN that's kind of like the aged weed, right? And so great, like find a strain that you really like, let it cure a little bit, and then make your own topical salve. There are videos on that, and it's part of our program is how to make your own medicine, which is an amazing part of the program. So here, endocrine system and immune system. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier. If you really want to kill or slow bacteria growth, and I'm not really into those words necessarily. I'm more about boosting our immune system, and then it just does its job, right? I mean, that's kind of how that goes. But they are definitely saying for people who have those kind of infections, a CBD and a CBG. Treating fungal infections, reducing blood sugar levels, and treating psoriasis. Those are all going to be under the immune system, and that CBD and CBG. Those are the ones that are high. So if you're wanting to know what strains are highest in those, go over and watch some of those videos specifically on that, because I talked about that, as well as there are many resources out there that can help you. Call your local dispensary. Ask questions. We need to find out what's in this cannabis. We need to find out what they're selling. If it's a concentrate, if it's a topical, this needs to be labeled. This needs to be information. I mean, we're going next level here. Most places that we're tuning in with and communicating with, they have no idea. They don't know. They just know that there's cannabis in there. We're past that level of we need to know exactly what's in it, the full spectrum. We want the entourage effect. We want full spectrum flower. We want the goods. We want really good stuff, because that's where we're going to find it really being beneficial in working with the human body on a dialed in level. I mean, we want to get on a quantum level of healing. We want to get the exact thing in the body that the body actually needs. Now, any cannabis is going to probably help with these things, but to get it dialed in and fine-tuned for that particular person, that particular strain, that particular body system, that particular delivery system, that's where it's going. That's where we need to be at, okay? Circulatory system. THC, CBD. If you look across the board, CBD is good for everything, right? It really truly is, because it's non-psychoactive. It helps balance the body's homeostasis, but it has to be good CBD. It has to have the full entourage effect CBD. It cannot be isolate CBD. It can't be, powdered hemp from wherever. You don't know the farmer, it's from somewhere far away or whatever, and it's not organic. I mean, that's a waste of money to me. That's a huge waste of money, because some of these things are very expensive. A whole body protection, inhibiting cell growth or tumors or cancer, THC, CBD, CBG, and CBC. Now, THCA is not on this list. I fully believe that me juicing, and I juiced an indica dominant plant for that full year, did 4 ounces every single day, and it was raw. It was raw juice, and that definitely took me to the next level of healing. So that should probably be on here, but I don't really see a lot of THCAs on here anyhow. Reducing the or eliminating pain fully, THC, CBD, CBN, and CBC. Now, that is going to be helpful for reducing pain, but it depends on what type of pain that we're talking about, because this is a whole body relief. So is it a topical that you want to put on? Is it like you're just full, like your whole body is in pain? That would be more of a concentrate. Tincture version would be great for digestive, possibly immune system. I know I use a tincture for nervous system. The tincture I was using, and I've said this in another video, the tincture I was using was really high. It was a glycerin tincture, and it was a combination of other synergistic herbs that work really well with cannabis, which I've written an article. You can go out and look for that one. The 5 synergistic herbs that work really well with cannabis, and I think this particular tincture had a few of those. The only problem was it was glycerin, and I was using a lot of it, and it made me nauseous and sick, and now I can't even go towards that tincture. And yes, I probably should have had a higher dosage of what I needed in that, but that was kind of the max out, and I wanted organic and I wanted to support local. So I switched over to another tincture that is non-psychoactive, and not that that one was psychoactive, but it was a little bit because it was helping with anxiety, but it's non-psychoactive, no glycerin, no alcohol. It's actually an extraction that's in MCT oil, which I found to be really, really, really good across the board. I mean, do your research on coconut oil, right? And it's good, high quality everything, organic, high quality, organic, everything. Pesticide free. The lab results are there. Look for these things, ask for these things, because when we're getting this stuff in concentrated form and putting it into our body, it's much like essential oils. I mean, it's basically the same thing as essential oils, right? And you don't want to take essential oils into the body unless they've been completely certified and tested that they're okay to ingest. There are how many layers or levels of essential oils? Therapeutic, aromatherapy. Like there are only a couple out there that are actually ones that you can digest, and they also say, hey, be careful, don't do it too much. So we need to have that standard with our cannabis as well. So just ask your questions, know what to look for, know what you're putting in your body, and do the best that you can. So hopefully this has been a little bit of help on the endocannabinoid system. Specifically the cannabinoids and what body systems that they work with. This is just a great illustration, so it was kind of fun to use it. But there's so much more information. This was a short little 15-20 minute video, but there's just a ton out there. So if you're at all interested, come on over to drpepperhernandez.com, fill out an application for the Cannabis Therapy Consultant program, or just go online to the Cannabis Holistic Institute and just look around and see what's going on. Or continue to watch some of these videos if you just want a little snippet, a little tidbit on how to utilize cannabis best for you. Okay, have a magical, beautiful, wonderful day. Pepper Hernandez, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.